What's up, everybody? It's Johnny Bronto here with HauntScene. It is Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You are watching, and I am not kidding, a podcast that is ranked within the top 3 of Orlando Weekly. We know we're going to be somewhere in the top 3. We'll find out tomorrow where we actually landed. So we're excited about that. My name is Johnny Bronto. I'm your host. With me, as always, my lovely, beautiful, amazing co-host, Melissa Lucan.
What's up, everyone? Thank you for joining.
So tonight we have a little bit of a different episode because normally we have a guest or we're previewing or recapping something. But in this case, we are going to be interviewing ourselves and recapping the road trips that we've done since 2015. We actually just celebrated our 8-year
birthday
for HauntScene. This will be our 9th haunt season.
Yep.
And Melissa joined the show in the 3rd season. It's been nothing but awesome since.
Woo! Only going up from here.
Good job.
All
Melissa.
right. Happy to help.
All right, so we got a lot of stuff to get through. We're not going to spend too much time on the recap stuff. Just kind of give you the highlights of where we have been, and then we're going to ask ourselves some questions about how we approach setting up our road trips. And once we get through all of that, we will we'll talk about where we're going this year.
All right.
And I know where we're going.
Exciting.
Do you know where we're going this year?
I do know where we're going
Yay!
this year. Yep.
Okay, so we're really excited about that. We have an awesome trip planned. We have been doing multi-state road trips since 2018. So we've done 5 of them, and this will be number 6. So it's not something new to us. We look forward to this. It's one of the highlights of our haunt season. Obviously, we try to represent and promote everything we can in the state of Florida. We've got 30-something plus haunts to do this year.
It's a lot.
But that's the status quo. So let's go ahead and get in here. And what do we want to start off with first? Let's start off with, how about this? What we'll do is we'll go through the road trips that we've done up until now.
Okay.
And we'll recap them. And then we're going to get through the questions of like the how and why we do stuff on the road trip.
Okay.
And then we'll do the final reveal of the 2023 HauntScene road trip. We're really, really excited to go ahead and do that. So hopefully I set this up properly. Give me one moment here. Uh-oh, I may have already made a mistake. Let's see.
Oh, no.
Nope, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
Magic of live television.
All right, very cool. All right, so HauntScene started in 2015, and we did a season, very, very limited season, 2015, my original co-host, in 2016. 2017, Melissa was the first thing here, but we were based in Florida. And I'll be honest, I think it just kind of became saturated with the coverage of the haunts in Florida, and we were looking for more. And we'll always do everything we can get our hands on in Florida, but we wanted to start to venture out of state to see more of the haunted attractions in the U.S. And we'll talk about the how and why and our long-term goals and all that in a moment. So the first road trip, and this was pretty insane. Melissa, I found out, is an actual Terminator.
Yes.
On this trip.
Yeah.
We started off here. Now, when we started HauntScene, we have a lot of friends in the haunt industry, and there were like some must-dos that they told us that we had to do. So I was so green in this whole thing. I was so new, and I was like, I want to impress my haunt friends. I want to be a cool guy. So I went to some of the recommendations. So we had to go to Netherworld. That was our first stop. The first time we ever went there. We love you, Netherworld, but what is bad about doing Netherworld first? And don't always go there. Do Netherworld.
It's just like it has everything. It's the haunt of all haunts.
Yeah,
it's what, 45 minutes to an hour.
It just feels like it goes forever.
Yeah, it is the Disney World of haunts.
It is just literally the Disney World.
It literally
of
has
haunts.
everything.
Yeah,
everything you can imagine in a haunt, all in one haunt.
Not to take anything away from the other haunts that we did. It set the bar really high, and it kind of blew my mind here. All right, so we did Netherworld. You're going to hear Netherworld a couple times because our philosophy at Netherworld is if you're going through Georgia, you literally have to go to Netherworld.
You need to go to
They'll pull you over at the border.
It is a crime if you don't stop there.
We're going to see if we can get past that this year. Okay. All right. So then we went up to Ohio, and I'm going to have to kind of remember the order we did this because it's way back in 2018. But I think we stopped. We were going to go to Haunted Hoochie. Now, Haunted Hoochie or Dead Acres it's like the Haunters haunt. It was like our friends Joe Phillips and Courtney and Eric and Chad and everybody we knew were like, oh my God, you got to go to this haunt. You know, and it was just Bradley, everybody we know were like, this is the haunt you have to do. And we're like, we want to be cool. And Haunted Hoochie is freaking nuts.
It's an extreme haunt. It's interactive. Yeah. It's probably one of the most extreme haunts I've ever done in my life. For the things I've seen in there.
Yeah, it was.
You don't really see other haunts. It's just it's different.
Yeah,
it's different compared to other haunts.
We describe it as more of like a roller coaster. It's literally they run you through like cattle. It's an experience they run you through. It's really really good. Before we did that, our friend Bradley let us know that there was a 13th floor location in the area. So we ended up actually doing that first. Now that was the Scaratorium, then it was 13th floor Columbus. Now it's Sphere Columbus. I don't think it's owned by 13th floor anymore. That was awesome. No, that was awesome. So we got to meet Ashley there, which is somebody that would come up later. Pretty awesome. And then I'm originally from Detroit, and I grew up, Erebus and Pontiac was like a big deal. Now I wasn't into haunts until I moved to Florida in 2007, but I was like, I want to go home and do these haunts. So I did Erebus. It was amazing. Holy crap. I've done Erebus several times since. I'm wearing the shirt. Ed Terabus, amazing. Love it. It is so cool. Such a unique haunt if you're ever inside of Michigan.
Erebus is huge, too. It's in this big industrial building.
Yeah. It used to be the Guinness World Record holder for the longest haunt. And then we did Hush, which was in like an old garage or like an automobile garage dealership thing. They have now since moved to a much larger location, an old skating rink, and the new location is amazing. But these are definitely some awesome haunts that we did on this trip. And then on the way home, we went to Cary, Ohio.
Yes.
Which is cool if you're a big Horror Nights fan. That's like the fictional setting. It's kind of like the Hawkins, Indiana of Stranger Things. Yeah. A lot of the original content is actually set in Cary, Ohio, so we get to walk the streets.
Which is really cool. It's actually an actual town, too. Yeah. I always thought it was a made-up town that they used.
And to this day, there's probably a HauntScene lanyard hanging out in one of the restaurants there, so that's cool.
So if you're a fan of Halloween Horror Nights, it's cool to check out.
Yeah. And then we wrapped it up with the Dent Schoolhouse, which... Fate be told later on, we met one of our best friends in the haunt industry, Maximus Christian Bryant, a.k.a. Pumpkin Smasher.
And Johnny's doppelganger.
Yeah, my stunt double.
They look very much alike.
We met them right there. David says happy birthday. By the way, it's Melissa's birthday yesterday.
Thank you, David. Thank you, everybody.
So HauntScene's birthday, Melissa's birthday. Awesome. But the Dent Schoolhouse is amazing. We've also made a couple return trips there. There are some haunts that when we plan our road trips, we kind of circle back around and do them regionally because... sometimes we get some new crew members and they haven't done the haunts yet. Okay. So we did Georgia, Ohio, Michigan. Now, the cool, interesting part about this trip is Melissa, when we left Dent Schoolhouse, we were supposed to stay another night. Melissa's like, nah, it'll be fine. She literally drove directly home from Cincinnati all the way back to Orlando directly and then went to Horror Nights as I proceeded to die.
Until 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Actually, the next day. And then I think I went to work the next day, too. I drove 12 to 13 hours straight.
Yep. So she's a Terminator. We'll talk about her driving and how that ended up later on. So it's going to come into play here very, very soon. All right, next one, because we got to get these pretty quick. I think we kind of swung for the fences in our second road trip. It's technically a flying trip. We actually flew up to the northeast and stayed with our friend Nolan Swansea up in Massachusetts. And this was like the most Halloween trip ever.
Fall aesthetic.
Oh, so good.
Just the Northeast in general during fall and Halloween is absolutely amazing.
I know we did Dark Manor first, but I don't remember the order of the haunts that we did here. But we hit up some pretty epic haunts. Now, before this trip, Melissa totaled her car. So she was not in the mood to drive. We actually had some haunts that have come up a little bit later on the trip, so we had to kind of move on a dime really quick with these and switch it up real quick. But we ended up doing, thank you Nick and Beverly Pappas for making some recommendations here. But we did Dark Manor, which is awesome.
It was a lot of fun.
Really cool. Yeah. We did Fright Kingdom up there, amazing. Haunted Overload is just like haunt heaven. It is literally it is literally like if Halloween was a place, you would be walking into Haunted Overload.
Skeletons and
just
pumpkins.
Huge props.
Yeah, like 30-foot skeletons.
And
it's huge.
I'm sure it's gotten even more insane since we've been there. Yep. We went down to Brighton Asylum and we visited White Castle. I mean, we visited Brighton Asylum. Remember? Because there was a White Castle there?
Yes. Yes, I do. Yes,
so
I
we
do.
did that.
Yeah. That was before White Castle came to Orlando, so we had to hit it up.
So Brighton Asylum, amazing. Very, very cool haunt. All these haunts are like so good. And then Legends of Fear, which has like a hayride and a trail.
Yeah, that's a very traditional
also Halloween. I mean, you cannot go wrong with going up to the Northeast when it comes to October. Amazing. We also did a little walkthrough haunt in Salem. We learned a lesson. Don't go to Salem in October because it's just nuts.
It's nice. Don't get me wrong. The aesthetic is beautiful, but it's just crazy with people. And yeah, that was pre-COVID, so there was a lot of people there.
Yeah, with Salem is not something you can just show up and do. You have to buy tickets and reserve things and make plans with it. We had to park like 3 miles away. It was nuts.
We did the Monster Museum.
We did the Orlok's Monster Museum, I think.
Yeah, that was really cool. So
we also stopped by Sleepy Hollow, which was cool. We saw Washington Irving's grave.
The graveyard. Yeah. Yes, that was awesome.
Cool.
Yes.
So epic trip. Can't wait to go back to the Northeast.
Same. Yes.
I wonder where we're going at some point in the future. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Maybe we'll talk about that later. All right. What's up, guys? What's up, everybody? Thank you for watching. Appreciate that. All right. Then we did our third road trip. Now, there is a little bit of a backstory as to the why we did this trip here. Not going to get into it, but we had a former temporary person in HauntScene that stole something from one of the haunts using our name, Heather Bedore. Yeah, so I'm not going to go into which haunt why, but we built this trip around making that up to the haunt because this person had kind of sullied our good name. So we ended up buying tickets and everything. We went and had a great time to that. But we did some awesome haunts here. Obviously, Netherworld never gets old. It's just amazing. Then we did Nightmare Dungeon, which was really cool in South Carolina. It's like a 100-year-old farmhouse. I mean, it is just insane. We got like the normal experience. Melissa stayed and got the crazy experience afterwards.
And we went through like 3 times and got like 3
and
different
then we went to Waffle House with them.
And then we went to Waffle House after that.
That was cool. Then we did Woods of Terror, Eddie McLaurin.
Woods of Terror.
I mean, amazing. One of the best common areas of any haunt we've ever been to. Great actors. Really, we got a bunch of banger photos here. We found out Kira's an awesome photographer here, but we had a great time. They've got like 10 sections. It's a big nose to tail haunt. You go through. You walk the whole thing. It's pretty insane. It really, really good.
It's like a string of like 10 haunted houses all in
together.
one, and you just walk through straight.
Yeah, and they have Melissa's favorite house of all time, which is the Arachnophobia Spider House.
It was the very first house we walked through too.
It was Melissa's house. And then we ended up going to Red Vein in Virginia. Red Vein is so cool. Red Vein is like, it's like a Children of the Corn cult haunt thing. It was so cool. It was like in a cornfield. We actually have like a little corn husky little totem thing they sent us, which was really cool. It was like mostly
all outdoors, and then there was like an indoor part, and then outdoors. So
it was like you walk into like a cellar, like a little dungeon thing. It was really, really cool. And then we stopped by. We saw our friends Ryan Alexander and the folks at Folklore. Met a bunch of really cool people there in Georgia as well on the way home. So Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. Awesome trip. So
that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that one.
Really good trip. We were this one kind of kicked our butts. Not as much as another one. We'll get into that in a moment. Woods is even bigger now. That's what we're being told here in the chat. That is cool. I wonder if we're gonna make it back to Woods of Terror ever in the future.
I wonder.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would love to go back there.
That's crazy. I would love to go
back
back too.
Maybe soon.
Maybe soon.
Maybe very soon. Actually,
tomorrow.
Let's go right now.
We're actually there right now. Pull down the green screen. So that was awesome. Now this is kind of where we found our flow as far as being a show and what we were doing and all kinds of stuff. So that was awesome. Then we went on a pretty epic road trip. We went to in 2021. And by the way, one thing I want to say about 2020 is obviously this is the pandemic year. It was interesting to see every haunt and how they implemented social distancing or not. Every state, every haunt had their own thing going on. Same thing 2021. COVID obviously affected us. We had to get out of Florida. There were some haunts that were closed here, kind of thing. Once again, we did Netherworld in 2021. We did Atrox Factory, which is holy crap, amazing, awesome, really cool area. Super nice people. We did Rise, which has the Asylum experience and an amazing haunt and a hayride. But I literally think out of everything we've done, one of the things that comes up in conversation the most is the Asylum experience at Rise. Holy crap.
That was a lot of fun. It was an interactive experience.
It was like being in a horror movie.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
And we were the first people on the first night, the first people through the thing, and they just nailed it. It was one of the most impressive
spot on,
things.
too.
Yeah, it was so good, so good. We did 13th Gate, which is just, I'm just going to say,
beautiful.
It's haunt porn.
It was beautiful.
It's literally haunt porn. It's so good.
All the sets in there, everything, the decorations.
Apparently we didn't see the
beautiful.
whole thing. Like, they directed us to another part. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, because we veered off the path that we were supposed to go on, which got Johnny, by the way.
Yeah, I nailed me. 13th Gate is so good. We try not to put one haunt over another, and I'm not going to give you like my favorite of all time. But if I had to pick top 10, top 20, I would definitely say 13th Gate's
13th Gate is definitely up there.
New Orleans Nightmare, Sandy, Lindsay, everybody we know there. It was awesome. We had such a good time at that location. We've actually been to a good number of the 13th floor locations.
New Orleans, Nashville, Jacksonville, Ohio.
And the Columbus one.
And Columbus
when
one.
When it was 13th floor. Yeah, and then we hit up Terror on the Coast on the way back. And Terror on the Coast is so weird because you pull up to it and you're like, oh my God, like the sign's like jank. And like, I mean, maybe it's better now, but we're like, what are we getting into? And it's like a movie company, like a movie production company. And they have this huge warehouse of props and they made a haunt out of it. And they're super nice. And we got to see our friends Tabitha and Josh from CFX. It was really, really cool. Like it was such a good night. It was such a perfect end to that particular trip right there. Yeah. Courtney will be at Woods this weekend. Awesome. Yeah, we were really excited about Woods Tour. It's so good. Everybody was super nice. We met so many friends there.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. Epic trip. Okay, moving on here to last year's road trip. And I think I overdid it a little bit this year. This isn't taking anything away from the haunts, but I think a human brain can only process like 2 to 3 haunts a night, and we got a little crazy on this one.
We pushed that limit and did like 4 in one night.
Hey, you know what? Who scheduled this trip? I learned a lesson.
This guy.
So Netherworld again, obviously can't say enough nice things about Netherworld. We did 1 haunt the first night, 2 haunts the second night, 3 haunts the third night, 4 haunts the fourth night, and then we wrapped it up at Nashville Nightmare and hung out with our friend Logan Sharp there.
It did get a little dicey that night that we did 4 though, because we did have some minor inconveniences along the way, but we still got to all of them.
We made it.
Like barely made it.
The really cool part about this region is there's a lot of haunts that are really concentrated here, and they're open late, so you can get a lot done in one night if you really want to push it. But night 1 we did Netherworld. Night 2 we went back to the Dent Schoolhouse because we had a couple new crew members who hadn't been yet, and obviously they loved it. And we went right across the bridge from Cincinnati into Kentucky, and we did the USS Nightmare, which is holy crap,
it was
amazing.
So cool. It was like an
a,
actual ship too.
It's a riverboat.
Yeah, and it was actually haunted
as well. It was so chaotic. Yeah. They split us up, and it's so much happened that night that like
we all ended up in different places. Yeah.
It's so good. I can't wait to go back. Night 3, we did 13th Hour, which was awesome. We did Nightmare in Edgewood, which was really aggressive.
I love Nightmare in Edgewood. We went through like twice. Oh, yeah. I loved it. I want to go back.
We did Necropolis Underground, which is literally an underground haunt. It's like on the basement of like a huge factory. It was so good. Really good there. Night 4, we did, this is where things got a little crazy. We did the Haunted Hotel in Kentucky, and that completely kicked our asses.
That was insane.
We were not expected that. I guess maybe I hadn't read the fine print of, they're going to tie you up and kick your ass, and I think they were like gunning for us, but it was fun.
That was labeled an extreme.
But I learned to kind of maybe that's a little bit.
They gave us a little bit more extra than what I was expecting. I was not expecting that. I was actually kind of scared.
American Horrorplex was awesome. Very, very cool. Loved that one. I got to give a big shout out to Maximus again from Dent Pumpkin Smasher. He's the one that really hooked us up with letting us know what haunts to do in the area. So American Horrorplex was awesome. Devil's Attic was awesome. They had these really cool horror scenes, like horror movies and stuff. Really, really cool. Jason Attic is awesome. I'm name dropping all the people I can remember. Malice Manor was cool. I think that was the last one we kind of stumbled into because we were so tired at that point.
And that one was open later too. That was like 1 a.m.
Yeah. That was awesome. All right. Very, very cool. Time to cross Iowa and Nebraska. Hey, we're going to get there. All right, we're going to talk about our philosophy on road trips a little bit later. And then once again, we did wrap it up at Nashville Nightmare. That was awesome to hang out with Logan and Misty Sharp. We met a bunch of new people there, a bunch of new friends. And then we headed home from Nashville. That was a perfect end to a trip. Very chill night. Awesome haunt. A really cool location. And that was that trip.
I think that was so far the biggest road trip, the most that we've done, right?
This might be the most we ever do in a road trip because we were doing things so fast that they were starting to blend together. We did pretty good at separating the stuff out as far as content goes, but mentally 3-4 haunts a night. I mean, if you absolutely have to do it, awesome, and it's totally worth it. But just my brain was fried.
It's a lot to take in.
Yeah, it was a lot to take in. It's awesome. All right, well, we will come back to the announcement for this. But if you have any guesses as to where we're going this year, and if I've told you, don't guess.
Yeah.
Don't be a
jerk.
jerk.
If you've been paying attention, we have posted it on HauntScene, right?
I have been giving clues.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been doing stuff. All right, so let's get into. We're going to go ahead and we're going to ask ourselves some questions. You ready for this?
Let's do it.
First time for everything. Probably could have done the elevator pitch. Like, I'm Johnny Bronte. I run the show. That's cool.
Listen, I'm the co-host.
All right. That's weird. Why do we have...
That's strange.
Why do we have that static there?
What's going on?
I don't know. That's something weird. Yeah, we won't worry about it yet.
Don't worry about it. We'll get to the questions.
All right. So we got to get through this part because I want to go into the HauntScene philosophy on why we do the things, because we're going to announce our road trip and a lot of things happen. And I want to make sure people truly understand the how and why we do these things, because there is a method to the madness as far as where we go and do the things. Okay. That being said, we're going to ask ourselves some questions. It's kind of like an FAQ.
It's going to be exciting. Let's do it.
All right. What is the long-term goal of HauntScene? What is the long-term goal that I've set for HauntScene? I want to do what?
We want to do a haunt in every state.
Okay.
50 states.
All 50 states.
All 50 states. At least one haunt in every state.
Long-term goal, that's HauntScene. We are not there yet. So if you are in Wyoming or Nebraska or Iowa,
North Dakota,
we will get there.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Okay, just give us some time. All right.
I always want to go to
HauntScene is anywhere from like 3 to 5, 6 people, 7 people, 6.5 people. I don't know. We're not a huge thing. We don't have teams that go out and review stuff. It is literally us. That's it. It is us. And there aren't a lot of very small individuals or groups. Sean Padaleski, Haunt Finder General, he does a bunch of stuff, but there aren't a lot of outfits that do a ton of stuff at the volume that we do it. But it's literally us. Okay, it's just the 5, 6 of us ish, right?
6.5. You count, Oogie.
Okay, that's fine.
Yay!
Yeah. All right. So that's very important here because remember, being that we all have full-time jobs, some of us have pets and children and stuff, Yeah. All right. So how many haunts have we visited since 2015? As a unit.
As together.
Together. Now these count with the things that I've done or Melissa's done.
Like the road trips and everything. I would say in the hundreds.
Not hundreds. We've done 112 haunts in 20 states.
Oh, okay.
Now one clarifying point about haunts, because I see some people pad their numbers like, this haunt has 10 trails, it counts as 10. No. One location is one haunt. Halloween Horror Nights has 10 houses. It's one haunt.
It's one haunt.
And we don't reset that every year, even though it's different.
Yeah.
So people are out there padding their numbers. I've done 400 haunts. No, you haven't. You've done 20. Shut up. All right. So we've done a lot of haunts, and we're almost at the halfway point of where we want to be. I know where we're going to end up. The last 2 states we do will be Alaska and then Hawaii.
Okay.
And then I'm going to retire. I'm done.
Johnny's done.
I'm done. All right. Okay. How do you pick the haunts for your road trips? Okay, because this is where we post it, and somebody's like, "Yeah, I guess you're not coming to my haunt." We're not excluding anybody. Like, how do we pick the haunts? We usually pick them based on people we've had on the show, which is going to be the case this year. People we've met at Transworld, which is actually another one that we're doing this year. Maybe something we're interested in, like a movie or something like that. You know, there's a method to the madness as far as why we go to the things. We never ever try to exclude anything. We will try to get to every state when we can.
Yeah, trust me, we want to get to everything too.
Yeah,
so,
but
sometimes it's just really hard.
Yeah, and I think next year we might start doing more than one trip a year to try to speed this process up. But we'll do our best. And now keep in mind, our home state of Florida is our priority. We want to promote everything that we have in our home state here first, and then we do the stuff, you know, because we want to meet other people in the haunt industry.
And then we try to pick haunts too that are close to each other, so it makes it easier to drive to it. You know.
Yeah. So we'll get into the logistics here in a second. Okay, another one. Does HauntScene go to haunts to review them?
No, we're not reviewers.
No, we do not review stuff.
We're haunt promoters.
Yeah, we don't rate haunts. This haunt is 5 pumpkins, or it's an 8.2 on the 6 scale or something. We literally just love the haunt industry, and we just want to promote everything. And we fashion ourselves as more of like a travel show for haunted attractions and spooky stuff.
We want to go and promote the haunts and tell other people to go to this haunt for a lot of different reasons. We don't want to steer away people from going to a haunt. We want them to go to this haunt. And enjoy it. One of
the biggest barriers that I've discovered in the haunt industry, getting to know people, is one of the biggest problems the haunts have is people just don't know that they exist. And that's something we're trying to help push the normies to.
We're trying to get it out there.
Yeah. All right, so we're not reviewers. People lump us in with reviewers. I guess it's fine, but we don't really review. We're just there to promote and show people what's out there. All right, next one. What goes into planning a multi-state haunt road trip? I'll take this one because I'm the one that schedules everything. So there's a lot of stuff we have to figure out. What haunts are open on what nights? How late are they open? How close are they to each other? Where can we stay that's central to different haunts? Who have we reached out to? Who have we confirmed with? Who has invited us out? A good chunk of the haunts that we do, we've had conversations with. They invite us out. We go. We do the things. So if you want to have us out, talk to us. You know. But there's a lot of, we have to work around our work schedules. We got to take time off of work. We got to save money. We got to rent a car. We got to get Airbnb. We got to get a hotel. We got to buy plane tickets. We got to buy food. We got to buy merch. We got to buy all the things. It is a lot.
There's a lot of planning that goes into it. A lot of money that goes into it as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of time off and.
Yeah. It's last year I felt kind of bad because after the season was over, my whole crew just disappeared. They're like, we spent too much money on this, but it was totally worth it. It's awesome. All right. Or have them on the show. Sometimes that helps too. Yeah, I mean, sometimes when we meet certain people, like Jim Warner, for example, who we met through Eloise Haunt in Michigan, which is amazing. We had him on the show a couple months ago, and that kind of sparked our interest in doing one of the other haunts.
They recommend a lot of haunts for us to try. I mean, we have a lot of friends that we want to go visit in haunts as well.
Word of mouth helps a lot. Yeah. All right. So this is something that kills me every single year, and I get this no matter what I do, no matter how much effort I put into promoting haunts. I always get something like, my haunt. I'm like Jim Bob's haunted toilet in Wyoming. Why aren't you coming to my haunt? I love you. I'll get to your haunted toilet in a little while. I'll get there. It's just we are a very small group. Limited resources, limited funds. You can become a sponsor, and we will get to every state eventually. It's going to take a little bit of time. We're not excluding anybody. Please don't get mad when you're not on the list for this particular year.
Alex Rude does say if she doesn't see us at Hellgate this year, she's rioting.
Oh God.
Yeah. Wait, one day. Alex,
we will.
Day.
Yeah, we
love you.
We'll get to California. She's been to California. Now, sometimes
I've been to California.
Which she's technically been to California, so it's not exactly a huge priority on my list because she's technically been there. She's also been to Japan too. But we'll get there because I want to do Horror Nights and Knots and all that stuff.
We want to do haunts in like internationally too, like in other countries. I think that would be fun too.
We'll get there eventually. Man, now I really want to go to Hell's Gate. Okay,
I want to go too.
We'll figure it out. Okay.
Let's go now.
Another thing that's a thing is we have to fit all of this into a very limited time frame too.
That's true. It's usually 5 to 7 days.
We usually our trips are usually about 5-6 days. Okay. Yeah. But based on when the haunts are open, the things we have to do in Florida, we got theme park haunt season, and then we got media local stuff here. Then we go on our trip to South Florida. We do all the things. It's starting to kind of fall into a pattern for us this year. But yeah.
Trust me, as much as I would love to take off, 2.5 months and do nothing but haunts, I still have to work,
and we have friends that do that. It's just like
that would be fun though.
I know, right? Well, when I win I'm gonna win the Mega Millions or Powerball tomorrow, and we'll just do haunts.
And I could just quit both my jobs.
Yeah,
we could just do haunts.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
All right, next one over here. What's my favorite part about the haunt trips, other than the actual haunts and meeting the people? I like it because we get to eat at new places. We usually ask the haunts, like, where do we go and eat? What's the local cool place to do that? We try to stay away from chain stuff because we're on a trip, unless it's like Whataburger.
Yeah, stuff that's already down here, you know?
Whataburger's not in Orlando, so if we see a Whataburger or a Buc-ee's, we're probably going to stop.
We really don't have to do White Castle anymore, right? Because it's here, right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I'm not going to... If somebody hands me White Castle, I'm not going to turn it down.
I'm not going to say no to White Castle, but...
What's wrong with
Or Portillo's.
Well, Portillo's
is good.
Yeah. So my favorite part is bonding with my crew, creating content, meeting new people, and we get to see a lot of the people we meet on the road trips at like Trans World. So it's just kind of growing the HauntScene family in different aspects.
It's like one giant family reunion too. The haunt season is. And I love the road trips because they're a lot of fun. You get to travel to different states and try different haunts. It's really cool. So.
Yep. All right. So I know we're moving through this pretty quick. All right. Next one. What is the hardest part about scheduling?
That's you. You do most of the scheduling.
So, kind of like I said earlier, it's a combination of the nights they're open, how late they're open, how far are they away from each other, our time off of work, get the logistics, somebody to watch Oogie, somebody watch my dog, that kind of stuff. There's a lot of moving parts when it comes to scheduling, and every time I go to set up one of these trips, I literally like right now I'm at like the base of like Mount Everest, and I'm like, how are we gonna pull this off? And then we've got the whole like 10-week haunt season in front of us, because our haunt season goes to like the middle of November, basically from September 1st to like the middle of November. So we're going nuts, and there's a lot of moving parts to pull off all that stuff. Coordinating the media stuff, like trying to get everybody their own date. Like there's a lot of moving parts with scheduling, not only our road trips, but also the haunt season in general. So that's friggin' nuts. Ugh. I am interviewing myself. Yep. I'm doing great. Good job,
Johnny.
Good job. We're answering these questions.
Yeah,
I'm so articulate.
Let's do it.
These are such good questions. Thank you, person that wrote these questions. Me. All right. What are things that people do not consider when they think about road trips? There's just a lot of stuff. You are on a road trip with multiple people. Everybody has their personality. Everybody has their own schedule. Everybody has their own dietary restrictions, health restrictions. Everybody has different monetary amounts. Everybody has different interests. Everybody has their own. Some people shower at night. Some people shower in the morning. Some of our lovely HauntScene ladies have to do 2 hours of makeup or something like that. Like there's just a lot of, when you are not only maneuvering the haunts and traveling, you're also managing people. It's a lot of stuff, and the more people you have on the trips,
that clash. You have to learn to work together.
Yeah, some people snore.
Yeah, sometimes things will get a little dicey.
Yeah, Yeah. I mean, I love having more people on the crew, but back when it was just Melissa and I, here's how the road trips went. Hey, Melissa, we're going in the Northeast this year, and guess what Melissa would say?
Let's go. Let's do it.
It was real easy.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah, I was like, all right, just give me your money. Let's go.
But then it was easy because it was just 2 of us. Now, when you add more people to that, when you add 5 or 7,
worth it. But it's exponentially harder when you're managing different people.
Time.
And remember, we're all volunteers.
Yeah.
We all do this for free. So yeah, very cool. All right, next one, last question. Where is HauntScene going? We haven't even announced 2023 yet, but we're already thinking about 2024.
Yeah, what's in store for 2024, Johnny?
So
what do you
think we're gonna go back up to the very Northeast and wrap that up. We're probably gonna end up doing Haunted Overload again. Some haunts up there. We've already talked to Legends of Fear, which we love them.
My home state, Connecticut.
And we'll go to Dutchess.
Yes.
And we got to do Maine, New York. We got to get Vermont out of the way, Rhode Island. We got to get some haunts up there. There are some things that we want to do when we get to the Northeast to kind of wrap up that region. We'll probably fly up there next year. That's the plan. Okay. Good job.
That's exciting. Good job, Johnny.
All right.
Good job. That's awesome.
Now, where are we going friggin' this year. So we're gonna announce these haunts one by one. If you've been paying attention to social media, I think half of them have been spoiled, and we've also spoiled the other half of them as we've been talking here. But let's go ahead and get into that. So,
I have a screenshot on my phone while we're going.
you do. I sent
I
them
do
out.
actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 states. So we're doing 3 states this year. We're doing 6 haunts over the span of 5 nights when we go. We're not doing 11.
That was a lot.
We're gonna try to keep it to
fun,
1 haunt, 2 haunts a night. You know, that's now keep in mind we are announcing this road trip tonight. That doesn't mean that we can't wander into other things. Sometimes we've had to turn on a dime and do other haunts or change something, or we get rained out or whatever. There's a lot of moving parts with this. Like I said,
there were things like when we on our way to a haunt, we saw billboards for other haunts.
So if and this is an if you happen to be a haunt that's going to be near some of these, and you are like within a reasonable driving distance, there is a possibility we might be able to visit. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but we will try. Now keep in mind we also have lots of long days driving. We have to sleep. I know it's crazy.
I know. I know it seems like I don't sleep, which I probably don't, but
I have to sleep.
I still do.
All right.
Somehow.
So let's go ahead and get into this. All right. So we'll bring these up here one at a time, and then we'll show the entire map of what we're doing afterwards. So our first stop this year will be in Greenville, South Carolina, at Nightmare Dungeon. We are making a return visit. Kira actually came up with this idea. We are going to hopefully not. I have this weird like fantasy about Ben Armstrong from Netherworld pulling us over at the border of Georgia when we go into South Carolina, pulling us over. He's in a full police costume, and he's like, "Why didn't you go to Netherworld this year?"
Yeah.
Netherworld is actually open well into November, so we're going to go probably to Netherworld in the second week of November, like the 11th or something like that. So we decided to just make a return visit. This is like our halfway point to the next haunt up here. By the way, this is all subject to change, but that's where we're going. Nightmare Dungeon was awesome.
I am
really
very
good time.
excited for this one.
Very,
I'm
very
really
cool
happy to return
haunts.
because that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Might go to Waffle House again.
With all of them.
Well, the thing is about this haunt is there are some haunts in the area, but not everyone are open on the nights we're going to be there, which is something we ran into the original time we were there. We thought a haunt was open one night. It was not. So once again, it's part of the schedule.
I think Nightmare Dungeon's open every night, isn't it?
Yeah. They go nuts.
That's what makes it...
Yeah. Makes it easy. That also makes it real easy to schedule when I could say your haunt's open every night. Netherworld's open a ton of nights. That's why we usually go through there.
Well, Wendy says there's 4 haunts. We could do 5 haunts in one night. No,
we'll let me know, and then we'll see. But once again, it's going to be based on the nights they're open. I think we're going to be doing this one on a Wednesday night, first night there. All right, number 2, and this is something we had on the schedule a couple of years ago. But then Melissa totaled her car, and she decided that she wasn't really in a state to drive. And this was a pretty big hike from where we were staying that year. So we had to kind of divert Field of Screams. We've met some of their folks at Transworld, I believe. And we're going to go to Mountville, PA, because that is our main state this year, is we're doing Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So we're going to Field of Screams, checking this one out. That'll be the second night. Once again, we might be able to fit other things in there.
We've heard some really good things about Field of Screams, so I'm very excited.
And we've had this one on the list for a very, very long time. Yep. All right, next one, and this one I'm super duper excited. Also something we've had on the list for a couple of years. We've just never been able to get to this area because we had to divert our other road trip a couple of years ago. We are huge fans of haunts. We're also huge fans of haunted house horror movies. And Waldorf Estate of Fear in Lehighton, Pennsylvania, or WaldorfEstateOfFear.com. This is going to be our 3rd stop, and this is where they filmed Hell House LLC. So we're really excited about that. We've talked to Angie a couple times online. Very, very nice. Can't wait to go out and check out this haunt. So we're really excited about that one. Let me know if you've ever been there before. Really excited about Waldorf Estate of Fear. Also on night 3, we're going to start at one haunt and then make our way to another haunt. I think one of these is open up a little bit later. We're going to do one or the other. We're not sure yet, but we'll also end up at Reaper's Revenge. I've owed them a trip for years because my first year when I went to Transworld, I got out of the airport and I had no idea what to do. Do I take a taxi to get to Transworld? Do I need an Uber or whatever? And I literally ran into the very nice folks from Reaper's Revenge, and they're the ones that let me know that the tram goes directly from the airport right to the convention center, so they saved me a bunch of money, and I promised that I would go to their haunt. So I hear really good things about Reaper's Revenge. It is on the list this year in Blakely, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's another one I've heard good things about. So
yeah.
Very excited.
And we've met a lot of these folks in passing at like Transworld or Midwest Haunts Convention or some of those. So it's one of those, like, you know, we meet people in elevators and like, where's your haunt at? I'm a haunt's in, my haunt's in, you know, Delaware. We're like, we'll get there. All right. Next one here, and this is going back to having somebody on the show. We met Jim Werner at Eloise Asylum in Michigan, which is amazing. And the sister haunt for that, or the original one, is in PENNHURST, and that's going to be in Spring City, Pennsylvania, PENNHURSTAsylum.com. I knew once I met Jim in person, he's so nice. He's like the nicest person ever. Yeah. And I hear nothing but good things about PENNHURST, so we're going to check out PENNHURST Asylum this year. I'm very excited about this. Very, very cool. Great haunts, one of my favorites. People are liking Reapers. People are liking these things.
I've always wanted to go to a haunt in an actual asylum. I've never done that before, so very excited.
Well, I got to get you to Eloise.
I would love to do Eloise.
So
yes.
We had a conversation about where they did asylums. Asylums are us, you know. He has a bad joke on the show.
Asylums.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're gonna check this one out. Now keep in mind there's other stuff to do in Pennsylvania. We're gonna be staying in Allentown, which I think is central to where all these haunts are. So we'll have daytime stuff is usually like recovery. But yeah, we're really excited about this, and hopefully it'll be a little colder, because down here in Florida, it's been like a heat wave for like the last month and has not been fun. So I'm looking forward to wearing a hoodie.
Like 90s, 100s.
Yeah.
I'm ready for cooler fall weather, so I can't wait to go up north.
All right, and we got one more to bring us home. Woods of Terror! So yeah, we're going to be going back to Woods of Terror on our way back to say hi to Eddie and all of the amazing people at Woods of Terror in Greensboro. So we're actually doing two of the haunts that we did previously, but they just happen to work out with the nights they're open and then our route. But we'll be going back to check out what the updates of Woods of Terror this year. Mr. Chris Harder, Scorn's happy about that.
Does that mean I have to fight for my life through arachnophobia?
They built another one. It's called Fog Swamp. It's
laser swamps for Kira.
Yeah.
If I have to suffer Kira, suffer too.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's fine. So we're gonna make a return visit to Woods of Terror. This is the hardest part about what we do, is when we reach out to a haunt, have a good time, and they're like, "Well, wait till you see what we're doing next year." And I'm like, we'll be going somewhere else next year, but we'll try to. We do like these loops around different region, and sometimes we circle back around things that we want to do. Now, keep in mind, we still do like bus tours for conventions, and we do independent other one-off type things. So this doesn't mean that we'll never get there again. It just means that sometimes it takes a little while for us to circle back. Plus, it gives a chance for the haunt to make some updates. Pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of haunts I want to repeat again too. Yeah. It's hard to get to them again. So we're just doing new things. But,
yeah. So that's where we're going. So here is the overall map of the things that we are doing this year. So this is our road trip number freaking 6.
Yay!
So we've been at this a very, 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 very long time. And looking at this trip, it is going to be awesome. I'm imagining we'll probably sneak another one or two in here. But this is the things that we have confirmed. So if you're a part of one of these haunts, thank you for being awesome to us and inviting us out. And we will be checking out these haunts. I'm super duper excited.
We look forward to seeing you all. I'm very excited.
Yep. And we'll bring some bookies and some things to give away. You know, Buki might not make it forever.
Aww,
I know, right?
Poor Buki. He's been with us for so long.
He has been so.
I love him.
I know. I think he'll always have a place in our hearts.
Are you saying that we
might
have a new addition?
We might
soon?
have a new mascot?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Let's see how this goes. Yeah. All right. So that is our trip right here. Now, Melissa, can you do me a favor? Because I've been talking forever. Can you go get me a water out of the fridge?
I sure can, Johnny.
All right.
I'll be right back.
So let me know in the chat. What do you think of the trip? I think that this trip looks friggin' awesome. So I think that this is going to be really, really cool. Very, very excited about this trip right here. What? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Technical difficulties, everybody. Hold on. Hold on. What? What's that? Hold on.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
What in the heck are you? What
is going on? What is going on, Johnny?
What the heck, dude? Did you let this thing in here?
I just went to go get you a bottle of water.
All right, so we've got a special guest on the show, I guess. Sounds okay. We have a gift. Okay,
I think she wants us to open it.
Oh, this is scary. I'm afraid of what's in this box.
I'm very scared. I think I'm going to let you open this one.
No, you're going to open this one.
I'm going to open this one.
It's totally filled with spiders. Okay, go grab the thing. Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for the things. What is in the box?
I don't know. I'm very scared.
God, this is just just so.
Okay,
Okay, we're gonna die here.
We might.
Okay.
Depending on what it is.
All right. Let me. Oh God.
She's moving closer.
Okay. All right. You stay there. Stay. Okay. We're gonna switch over here. Okay. That's really trippy, man.
This is a very ominous black box with a ribbon covered in blood.
All right. So we're
okay.
hold on.
So how are we gonna? You want to cut that open, Johnny?
You gonna cut it open?
You want me to cut it open?
You cut it open.
Okay.
All right. Here, come sit down. Sit down. So we have a box. We have a very crazy character in here. Melissa, you gotta really do.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm scared of knives, dude.
Don't be scared of knives.
I am scared of knives. That thing is sharp.
Okay, put that in your head. All right, so we have a very special gift, I think. I have a feeling like this is filled with like something that's gonna hurt us. Okay.
How does this? I think it pushes out.
It pushes out.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it opens.
No, it opens.
Oh, jeez. Oh, whoa.
Whoa.
What in the heck is this?
That's crazy.
Look at this
it's like
stuff.
a little movie theater.
Whoa.
Container got a
I guess
cup,
this.
popcorn,
I guess
candy?
this has to be like movie themed, right?
Yeah.
It did say let's all go to the lobby.
There's a envelope.
Oh, jeez. We got things in here. Okay.
With there's a bloody envelope with
set that in there. Hold on. Let's put this box away.
Let's put this down so we can see.
I'm hungry, but I'm not this hungry.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Hungry.
So
okay. So we got that, and then we got VIP access for Tales of Terror and Nightmares.
What?
Please join us for an exclusive double feature event presented by Tales of Terror and the Never Ending Nightmare, Central Florida Fairgrounds.
So yeah, we've got a VIP access invitation to Tales of Terror, which we loved last year, and the Never Ending Nightmare, which has actually been dormant for a little while. They lasted a little co-haunt at Phantasm, was really, really awesome here. So this is going to be at the Central Florida Fairgrounds in October of 2023. So it looks like we got some new stuff to do,
awesome.
everybody. Awesome. Very cool. Now, you know what?
There's an ear in here.
I think that's so they can hear you. Can you hear it?
Yeah. Can you hear me now, Johnny?
Can you hear me now? Oh God, that's gross.
That's okay. That's
okay. So that was a little scary.
Okay.
So I guess we probably need to bring up the information, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and. Oh, I had it somewhere. Where are you? Hold on. Was it here? Oh God, they're back.
Wait, she's back.
Hold on 1 second.
She's growling again.
Yeah, we're gonna die here.
We might.
Okay, that's yep. Okay, that's
Can't
great.
no
Where's
dying
the
on
information? I don't see it. Oh, that's just. I think that might be somebody we know. Right there. Okay, that's bad.
Usually is.
Bad stuff. All right. We're going to bring this up. Hold on. We've got the information. I just lost it. Hold on one second. We got it. It's going to go right here. There it is. Boom. Okay. There we go. The magic of live television. I guess you're going to need to follow Tales of Terror and the Neverending Nightmare Haunt on social media. Make sure you're following them on everything. There we go. That's what I was looking for right there. Or this character will come and get you. So Tales of Terror, haunt.com, Instagram.com/Tales of Terror Haunt. That's going to be one side of this haunted attraction. The other one will be the Neverending Nightmare, which will be awesome. Make sure you go to the neverendingnightmare.com and follow them at the NN Haunt on Instagrams. I think we did it. I think we did it correctly. I think we did it. Whew. Okay, are they gone?
No.
Hold on, let's check.
No. She's still there.
Oh, they're still there.
See, Johnny, that's what happens when you send me to get you a bottle of water. Just strange creatures wander in.
If I send you to go get another bottle of water,
I think another one will probably.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not
So
going to get any bottles of water.
are you hungry? Do you want to go to Waffle House?
Yeah. Same.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Actually,
Right, that's good.
It may be weird. I'm just staring at this, but I'm starving.
Awesome. All right, very cool. Very cool. Thank you so much for the sweet gift. We do appreciate you so much.
Is awesome.
This is going to be awesome. Really excited about getting something new to do this year. And we've got a bunch of things scheduled. So that was pretty awesome here. I am going to have nightmares. Oh, if Johnny's this scared in the light, can't wait to see how scared you are when you're in the dark. That is, that's kind of scary.
Johnny does actually get scared. I've seen Johnny get scared. It's funny.
I get scared
it's rare
when I'm,
every now and then,
I'm
but
in
it's
mortal
funny,
danger.
Yeah.
But Tales of Terror was so good last year.
It was,
It was so good.
so good.
And then they had like a Christmas event and
a St. Patrick's Day event. Yeah.
All right. Very
good.
Very awesome. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up because I'm scared now.
Yeah, she's
so we have another show on Thursday. Thursday we're gonna have Petrified Forest in the studio.
Woo,
really excited about that because they're our friends. So
Long-time friends of ours. Very excited.
We might be announcing stuff. I don't know. They'll be in the actual studio doing the things. So look out for a little bit more information about that soon. Let me know what you think of the road trips that we've gone on. Let me know what you think of the road trip that we're doing this year. I am really, really excited about everything that we're doing. Thank you all for watching. But I think it's time we got to start wrapping this up.
All right. This was fun. This is a lot of fun. Good show. Thank you so much
It's a good show.
for being in the studio with us and giving us this awesome gift.
I feel like I'm living in my own Tales of Terror right now, in my own studio.
in your own house.
All right, let's do this. Let's wrap it up here. Closing slides. All right, I want to thank our platinum sponsor, Fright Nights at the South Florida Fairgrounds. Thank you to Alex and Craig and all the people down there. Really excited to see all of you in October. And we also have a new sponsor, a silver sponsor, the Whoa Davy YouTube channel. Appreciate you. Make sure you follow them on YouTube and all of their awesome adventures that we cross paths with them multiple times a year. Very cool. If you want to, you can support us on Patreon. Here are our Patreon supporters. Anything that's ever donated to the show goes right back into the shows to help us pay all the haunt bills. Follow our journey. We're HauntScene on everything. I'm not updating Twitter. It's just going to stay Twitter
X
until we leave Twitter, which we might be in the actual throes of doing. But we're HauntScene on everything. Follow us on all the things. Got to add our OnlyFans on here soon. And if you are interested in sponsoring HauntScene, there are sponsorship opportunities. We'll talk over the specifics of that. You can go to hauntscene.com/support HauntScene or email us or just reach out to me directly, and we will talk about the bennies of that. Very cool. We got all that stuff in the show.
Yeah, we gave you an earful of information and fun.
I hope that you enjoy our season. And in a couple weeks, we'll actually be doing our Florida Haunt season preview. So we'll let you know what we're getting up to in the actual state of Florida when we get past the theme park part of September, which is the first week and second week end of September. So appreciate you all tuning in tonight. But we're going to go ahead and roll credits here. One show down, 2 more shows to go this week. We got a Petrified Forest on Thursday, and we actually have a special show on Saturday to let you meet the 2023 HauntScene crew. Maybe some people you haven't seen before. Really excited about that.
That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. Yes.
And thank you to our very special star, our very special person that is also here in the studio being creepy.
She's gonna haunt my dreams tonight.
Yep.
I'm gonna see that when I fall asleep.
Yep,
tonight,
that's great.
Yeah.
Oh God, the eye's falling out.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's got her eye on you, John.
I
mean, an eye and an ear.
Hold on.
Yeah.
There you go. Good job.
All right.
Till next time. Spook easy.
As always, happy haunting. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Give me some treats.